I'm going to take your push-ups to the next level in a few easy to follow steps. We're going to show you how to optimally set up your body position, how to stabilize that position during your push-up by activating the right muscles, and finally, combine it with a few modifications to unlock its maximal potential. After this video, your push-up strength and the muscle growth you get from performing it will be taken to a whole new level. First, setup. We'll start with hand placement. Set up your hands so that at the bottom of your push-up, two things happen. First, your forearms should end up on top of your wrists in a straight line. Avoid having your forearms bent at an angle. If your wrists aren't very flexible, you may need to hold on to dumbbells to accomplish this. The second thing that should happen is your elbows should tuck to roughly a 45 to 60 degree angle. If you were to look down from an overhead view, this means your elbows should make an arrow shape. Flaring your elbows out will turn this into a T shape. We want to avoid this as it'll weaken our push-up, make it more difficult to properly stabilize this exercise, and put our shoulders in a riskier position for injury. Having these two things occur during your push-up will help unlock several muscles that'll help maximize your strength as you push, something we'll continue doing in steps 2 and 3. Now, to actually find your sweet spot hand position, lie down on the floor with your hands at the level of your mid-chest. Take a look at your forearm and elbows. Move your hands wider or narrower until you find the hand width where the forearm is positioned directly over the wrist and the elbows are tucked into that arrow position that we talked about earlier. Most of you will end up with a hand placement at the mid-chest level and placed just outside the shoulders. So once you get your hand position nailed down, you're gonna come up onto all fours on your hands and knees like so, with your knees under your hips. And once you're in this position, you're ready for step 2. This step is where we're gonna focus on turning on several muscles that'll help better stabilize your body as you perform your push-up. It's something that we teach our members how to do for all of the exercises in our Built with Science programs, which I'm gonna talk more about at the end of the video. This step is going to improve your push-up strength dramatically because we avoid what's called energy leaks and maximize your push-up potentials. Start by pushing your knuckle down into the floor and spreading your hands such that there's space between each of your fingers. This will help us incorporate more of our powerful chest muscles. Next, slide your shoulders down and away from your ears. You should feel your lats turn on as you do this. The lats are a powerful stabilizer muscle that'll help contribute to your pushing strength, so we want to get them involved as much as possible. Then, while maintaining this activation in your lats, push the floor away to open up your shoulder blades. This is going to help integrate an important muscle to help further improve our stabilization and pushing strength. At this point, your head will likely be protruding forward. Adjust this by pulling your chin back to draw your head back in line with your body. This helps avoid stressing the neck and also puts our mid-back muscles into a better position to help stabilize our bodies as we do the push-up. At this point, we're done stabilizing the upper body and are ready to move to the lower body. After we stabilize our lower body, we'll be ready to finally perform our first perfect push-up. So we're gonna start with the lower body by setting your hips in the right position. To do so, think about tucking your tailbone like so. Once you've made it here, you're ready to step back. Take a breath in, engage your core, and then extend one leg back. Dig your toes into the floor and squeeze your thigh really tight to fully extend your leg. Hold that, then step the other leg back and squeeze the other thigh tight. Now you're ready to do a push-up. Don't forget, if a standard push-up is too difficult or on the other hand too easy for you, I'm going to show you how to modify them in the final step. But for now, let's look at the execution of a standard push-up. To perform your push-up, we're actually going to start by pulling and then pushing. So from the top position we established in step 2, do not just let gravity flop you to the floor. This will cause you to lose all the stability that we worked so hard to create in the previous steps. Instead, think about using your back muscles to pull yourself to the floor as if you were performing a row. Your body will have to travel forward slightly as you do so in order to keep those elbows directly over the wrist like we talked about in step 1. Then, once you reach the bottom position, while squeezing your butt and thighs, push away from the floor to the top to open up your shoulder blades again as we did during our setup. At this top position, your head, hips, and feet should make one straight line. Maintain this as you proceed to your next reps. Now that we've nailed down your perfect push-up, it's time to modify it based on your current strength level and body type. If you struggle with push-ups and you can't do more than 10 good push-ups in a row with the form that we previously covered, then here are some good options to build that strength up. This exercise is my personal favorite and something I've found to be more effective than the common modification of knee push-ups. To perform it, loop a band around two fixtures, such as in between a squat rack. There should be about a foot of space between the bottom band and the floor. The higher the height, the easier your push-up will be, so just adjust the height based on your strength level. Get into your starting push-up position such that the band is at waist level, and then proceed into your push-up. The band is going to help provide more and more assistance the lower you go, the area of the push-up where people have the most difficulty. So if you guys are unable to do the previous setup, then one alternative is just come on over here. You can go to a squat rack or any Smith machine or even any table or elevated surface at home and just do your push-ups on there, right? So that incline, it helps unload the upper body, makes the movement a lot easier, and gradually over time to make it harder and harder as your strength improves, just lower the amount of incline that you're doing, and then eventually you'll be able to do the standard full push-up. Now for those who have instead mastered the standard push-up and can perform more than 20 good reps with them, it's time to increase the difficulty. This will be more effective for strength improvements and gains as opposed to just aiming to do more and more reps. And you have a few options to do so. The most convenient way is just to slow down the reps. Instead of taking 1 second to go down, extend it to 3 seconds. Do the same on the way up. Once that becomes too easy, incorporate a 1 to 2 second pause at the bottom position as well. This is going to help apply more tension to the target muscles and result in more growth for the same number of reps. My personal favorite, however, is something called banded push-ups, and it's something that we incorporate in our Built with Science programs because of how effective they are. They've actually been shown in the research to improve upper body strength as much as a weighted bench press does. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna wrap a band around your back like so, put the band in each hand, and then you're gonna come down into your proper push-up position like we explained earlier, and then you're just gonna perform a push-up. It's gonna add a lot more resistance throughout the push-up, make it a lot more harder, and just give you a little bit more to progress on with your push-ups. By picking the push-up that's perfect for your level, you'll be challenging your body with the right difficulty rather than doing something that's too easy or too difficult for your body. If you want to maximize your growth and strength, then it's important to apply the same level of detail and execution with all of your exercises, not just your push-up. To do so, take our free 60-second analysis quiz over at builtwithscience.com, and you'll find out which of our programs are best suited for you and your specific goals. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. You can click somewhere here to watch some of my more videos, and I'll see you next time.